It's still right behind me. Would it be better if I turned it off? I don't know. Alright, that's the lowest it's gonna go without turning it off. And it's still kind of in your guys' eyes. Alright, well, we learned something else today. Alright. I'm gonna give people a couple minutes to see if anybody joins. Um got this idea of maybe the Let's Talk Tuesday being a chat with really bad lighting, apparently. Oh my goodness. Is there anything I can do to change my settings? Probably not. Oh, here's the settings bar. Let's see. That's my. Yeah, nah, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Frustrating. Very frustrating. Well, at least you can see me. Maybe if I turn down these lights too. Turn off the lights behind me and turn down the lights in front because I look like a ghost. Okay, that's somewhat better. I know some of it is the actual camera on my laptop because I have an older laptop and it's not the greatest quality video, but we have to deal with what we have to deal with. So, for those of you watching on the replay, my Let's Talk Tuesday is my sit and knit where I talk. Really? My yarn just went whoosh. Um, I talk about the non-yarny things that are happening in my life because, hey, I'm a real person with real life things going on. And I usually work on whatever project I feel like needs to be working on, which, of course, lately has been the test knit that I'm doing for RIS Flower Knits. The name of the test knit is called Whispers of Alice. It will be available for purchase come May 14th. It is an advanced knitting pattern. So if you feel solid in your knitting skills, go for it. If not, probably not for you. Because as a person who feels pretty solid in their knitting skills, I still have had a few issues. But none of them are because of the way the pattern is written. It's just because I didn't do things like I should, like using stitch markers. I don't know if you can see the stitch markers here, but in the very beginning, I wasn't using stitch markers for the repeats. And yeah, you really need to use stitch markers for the repeats on this one. Um, and I definitely would have had a better start if I had done that. Also, lifelines. Like, I don't know if you can see my. Where's my camera? But like the first section one was like 8 rows, and I had to do like 13 repeats. So after I want to say ripping it out all the way to beginning 6 times, I started using a lifeline. And yeah, I should have just done that from the beginning. Basically, every 8 rows, put in a lifeline. And that's just a different colored yarn that isn't part of the actual knitting process. But I'm on the second repeat right now of section 4. And then after I'm done with that, I only have section 5 to do. So I'm feeling pretty good about getting this done. What's up, buddy?
Yeah. I gotta get my water bottle.
Okay, get your water bottle. And then go back upstairs and go to sleep.
Hi.
There's nobody there. Go to sleep.
I thought you were live.
I am live, but there's nobody in my chat room. So go to sleep.
I didn't know.
um So before I get into things that have happened this past month, I am going to deal with a little bit of channel household maintenance stuff. Number one, I want to say that in 3 weeks, it will be summer break. And I will be very much responsible for not only my children, but my roommate's children while she's at work, which means for the better part of anywhere from 5 to 8 hours, I'll be responsible for all 4 children, which means during the summer, I probably will not have as much content. I'm still planning on doing all the things Thursday. I'm still just planning on doing dipped into hand dyed, which I just realized we need to announce who the winner of dipped into hand dyed was. While I pulled that on my phone. If you're not familiar with that segment on my videos, Dipped into the Hand Dyed is my way of recontributing back into the yarning community. I am trying to find small business or individually owned people who sell hand dyed yarn. And every month I'm buying a different color of the rainbow as according to a color wheel that I own. And the color for this month was yellow. And if I'm not mistaken, the winner was the Alexandra, like by a lot. I'm trying to get it pulled up now.
Rebecca, here is your reminder. Check the tuner.
Of course.
Rebecca, here is your reminder. Check the tuner.
Have I ever been to Africa? No, I have not, and welcome. It's a place that I think I would die because I am a Dutch popsicle that melts in this Tennessee heat. So, yeah, unless there's a lot of bug spray or lots of money involved, Africa is probably not a place I go, unless it's Egypt. Egypt is a place I would probably go. So yeah, for the dipped into the hand dyed, the Alexandra, oh gosh, let's see if I can turn that down so we can actually see it. The Alexandra Zebra definitely won. So I will be ordering that and opening when it arrives, opening it at the end of this month to show you guys, because it's always prettier when I show it to y'all versus what you see online. I do have to go check my dinner. One of the things I've started doing is cooking the dinner at night. So all I have to do is heat it in the microwave, and that way the oven's not on during the hottest part of the day. So I'm putting up a little break screen if I can. Can it? Okay. Really? No? Okay. All right. Be right back. Alexa, give me a 20-minute tuna timer.
Tuna timer. 20 minutes.
All right. Wasn't quite at 170 degrees according to the thermometer. So, but as long as I get this done by May 14th, which is literally next week, and I really should, unless something really terrible happens, then I don't have to pay for the pattern and she gives me a shout out, which, always nice to get a shout out from another person um, who has a little bit more social clout than you do. But I was talking about what's coming for the channel. So what's coming for the channel is probably just weekly videos, and that's going to be All the Things Thursday. So All the Things Thursday will include the stuff for Dipped into Hand Dyed when it comes up. And again, that's just because I won't have a whole lot of time to craft. So like the little bit that I do show you, it'll be like, hey, I got 2 rows on this hat done. I hope it's not going to be that dramatic, but who knows? I'm planning not to go to sleep until much later on because I'm thinking the kids are going to be staying up much later because the sun is going to be staying up much later. At least 1 more hour. So, and I definitely have a hard bedtime of 9 o'clock because if I stay up any later, then it makes me stay awake for too long. I just got a text from my brother. That was my thought. Okay. So, something that happened today that is not yarn related is I stopped paying for my diet guide thing. I haven't been using it, or I use it inconsistently. And because I use it inconsistently, I feel guilty. And I'm like, okay, why should I feel guilty for something that's not fitting my life right now? And especially even more so as we're coming into the summer months, I'm going to be in survival mode a lot. Now, does that mean I'm going to go crazy and eat a whole bunch of bad stuff from me? No, because I literally cannot eat that stuff anymore. It does not taste good to me. Like a lot of candy I can't eat anymore. A lot of pre-processed foods I can't eat anymore. The chicken that I have in my for my sandwiches and for my salads, I'll choose a night and cook a breast or a whole chicken, and it will hang out in the fridge instead of having, pre-processed stuff. The only thing I don't like about this pattern is sometimes it seems like for this section, when you do the repeat, where you put your stitch markers from the previous repeat don't line up. And that's on purpose because you've got these lovely little lace motifs and you don't want them right on top of each other. You want them offset from each other, but it throws me off because each one is like, it feels like, it just feels not right. But then again, there's mistakes. I'm going to be honest. There are mistakes. I'm not perfect. And, as I'm getting closer and closer to the due date, I'm fudging a little bit here and there. Like the thought in my mind is, once I've bound this bind off, because I do have to bind off in order to consider it being done and take my pictures, I'm probably gonna frog it and redo the whole thing. I know probably a bunch of you just gasped, but when I'm not dealing with a timeline, and I've learned a lot from this, making this version that I wish I had known at the very beginning. So it will look better. The second version will look better than this one. And then, I'm going to make more than one. I've got, if you saw my yarn haul video, I think that was Sunday. Yes, because that was May the 4th. Hi, Miss Bridget. Nice to see you. I was talking about the test knit that I'm working and how I already want to redo it. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Enjoy your craft group. Oh my goodness, yes, please enjoy your craft group, because when I lost my knitting group a couple months ago, it was hard. It was hard for me to deal with. I have a new one now, and I really like them, even though it's still a kind of a smaller group, but they seem to be really nice ladies, and we seem to be getting along just pretty. I think we're getting along well. One of them is a lot like me in that she likes doing all the things. She likes to crochet. She likes to knit. She likes to cross stitch. She likes to spin yarn. She likes to bedazzle. So I was just like, you and I, we're going to get along just fine. I was talking about going to Smart, which is the secondhand craft store that is near me. And she's like, oh, I don't go in. I just drop my stuff off and leave, because if I stay, I'll just buy the stuff that I donated the last time. And I'm like, I think I've done that maybe once or twice too, so I get it. But thank you, Miss Queen. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing me. I need to look and see what yarn you have available in green. That's this month's color. Or yellow green, I should say. I haven't looked at your site in a hot minute, and I need to. But this is getting to the point where it's a little bit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I did a whoopsie. How did that happen? So manipulating it is kind of hard. Let's see. I think I see. I actually am strongly considering ripping this out again back to where I've got my lifeline. Just trying to keep where the stitch markers were is just driving me crazy. And it's making me think that I'm doing everything wrong. That's really frustrating. But I think I've told you all about how I've also got a family trip coming up in July. I'm really excited to spend some time with my family, and especially my grandmother, who is turning 90. I think that's where I made the mistake, is I knitted 4 instead of knitting 3. And I'm actually really glad that she said no gifts, because if you remember, I had started something from her, but that's been replaced with trying to get this done. Of course, if she sees it and says, oh, I want it, I will definitely be like, it's all yours, sister. Please take it. Please take it from my sight. Yarn over. Okay. You might hear me muttering to myself. I'm just talking out the pattern because sometimes that helps. All right. Is that 12 now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. Okay. Also had talked about food a little bit. So I'm still going to eat healthy. Like today I don't think I had anything that was like extremely bad for me. Like the most sugary thing I had was a 60% dark chocolate bar with cranberries inside of it. It was either that or the dried fruit. So that's a part of the homemade trail mix that I have. That's like a mix of all the good nuts for you, like walnuts and pistachios and pecans. And I didn't even have that much of that. So we'll see what happens at the end of the summer season. I might actually lose more weight not tracking my food. And if that's the case, then I might not go back to the tracking app. We'll see. It's all about what happens and what I feel like my brain is actually up for. I would like to know what anybody else's plans for summer are. Guys going anywhere, doing anything special? Or, even sooner, Mother's Day is right around the corner. I have my Mother's Day present ready. For those of you who follow me, you know that my mom is a big fan of the TV show Friends, and I made her the couch from the Friends crochet book. Now, I did not use the size hook they said to use, and so the couch is huge. I mean, like, where's my camera? Like, it is literally like 18 inches long. It is really large. And I actually saw somebody else's couch on Instagram, and theirs looked like just like the book. I'm like, well, all right, well. But I'm actually kind of glad the couch is a little bit bigger, because then the eventual plan is to make her all the characters, and that way they can all fit on the couch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Thank you. Okay. Just double checking myself. But I'm probably gonna not be able to talk with my friend anymore, who I've been trying to also get to live with me. I've learned that things are bad enough that they're not even going to have utilities for much longer, and they might be forcibly evicted from their domicile. And even with all that, she still won't come live with me. So I don't even we still talk, but not about real stuff, because I don't think she wants me to know what's really going on. And to be honest, I don't want to know what's really going on, because she won't take my solution. She would rather live through this hell of maybe living out of her car with no running water or electricity, because she doesn't want to abandon her boyfriend. Which, if he was a halfway decent person, I would understand. But I've seen some things and heard some things, And I don't believe that he is who he used to be, which is a good person, unfortunately. And I think my fish is done, and I think I might be done because we're already at 25 minutes. So we'll see how this summer goes. If I feel like I can do another live of a Let's Talk Tuesday, then this will be done. One way or another, this will be done. So let me think. Probably be working on the Waddle Dee for either my daughter or my roommate's son. They both want one. So that will be June the 3rd, which is my daughter's birthday. That's funny. So maybe not. Maybe not. I might make that Thursday, the All the Things Thursday alive, just because again, I might be too tired from putting together a Kirby birthday party, which I will take pictures of and put on the post tab. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my outro because I just heard my rice cooker go off. I hope you enjoyed this video, the replay of this video rather. If you did, make sure you give it a like, especially if you're a subscriber and would like to stay subscribed. That way the evil YouTube overlords don't unsubscribe you from my channel against your will. Feel free to comment on the replay. It helps my analytics. If you're not subscribed yet, please get subscribed and hit the notification bell so that the next time I go live, you know when I do. And if you really want to help this channel grow, share this video with everyone you know. In the meantime, make what makes you merry, and see you for All the Things Thursday.